Yeah. Please tell me that I can't, that I won't, that I fail, that I'll never make it out, yeah. Please tell me all the bad, never good, fill my head full of every single doubt, yeah. Please say any negative thoughts, I pop off when I hear people say I cannot. I get off to the thought of proving everyone wrong, I won't stop to the top, so you better back off and get lost. I'ma stay loud, stay proud, never running out, never heading south. I'll be spreading out, call it word of mouth, can't put me down, I'll be getting loud. You can have it douse, not what I'm about, have your fucking cloud. It be raining now, I keep making sound, go another round, bitch I'm legend bound, can't stop me now. You don't wanna fuck with me, a slow burn like a disease. Just tell me that I can and I'll show you things that you couldn't believe. Just tell me that I can. 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 Anything negative, cause I just wanna hear it out your mouth, yeah. Give me fuel, it's a tool that I use to go ahead and run my fucking mouth, yeah. I take shots, I take loss, I make shots, I miss lots. That's how you get big box, you get yachts, you swing lots and pop off a big shot. I ain't done chasing, got big dreams, bigger things, impatient. Who's at the top think they need replacement? Who's at the top think I'm gonna erase it? Face it, I don't give up quick, I don't give up shit, I won't give up this. Cause I know that I want it, know that I'm on it, I'll make it, I promise. You don't wanna fuck with me, a slow burn like a disease. Just tell me that I can and show you things that you couldn't believe. Just tell me that I can. Just tell me that I can. Just tell me that I can. Just tell me that I can.
What's going on there? I keep forgetting to unmute myself. What is going on this evening, everybody? Welcome to this evening's show. Glad to have you here tonight. And
what's going on, everybody?
You obviously see across the screen what this is. This is me and Bass's like favorite subject, UFOs and crashes and retrievals and like government cover-ups of UFO crashes and shit like that. Oh man, we love this shit. And I pose a. I'm gonna go
post a link so Sean G get in here.
Oh, yep, gotcha.
What's going on, everyone? On a Thursday night,
I'm gonna pose a question to all of you. I'm gonna channel Agent Mulder here. Do you believe in the existence of extraterrestrial life? Because I sure do. I think it's well established that me and Bass do. And we're going to talk a little bit about some of the reported UFO crashes. There was actually one in Long Island. Yeah, I believe it was Long Island.
Oh yeah,
that there was a huge
very fast.
There was huge cover up about that one, but we'll get into that one. What's up, Ralph? Chaos, how you doing, brother? Now, Chaos, he don't know nothing. What are you talking? You don't know nothing about no UFOs. How you doing, man? I hope your arm feels better, dude. Honestly, not gimping along anymore, right? Turn my gain down here.
Yeah, we don't need a one-arm dragon. We need a 1.5 arm dragon.
Sean G, what's going on, brother?
What's going on, Sean?
Hold on just a second. I got what is wrong with my audio now? Oh, I see it now.
Yeah.
All right, now I got it. Cool. Hey, what's going on?
How you been, man?
Not too bad. Not too bad.
Good, glad to hear that. How's your book coming along?
Actually, I didn't write anything today. I will after I get off the show. But yeah, it's going. It's going, brother.
Nice.
Interesting stuff.
Cool. So
I saw
Obviously-
watched those 2 videos you sent me, Bass. That was interesting.
Which ones?
The one with Lance Corporal guy.
Oh yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Wait,
That was
that's
South
how you
America.
pronounce it.
the Weigert. Is that who you talking about?
Wager,
The one who,
yeah.
the one who was the one about that UFO recovery in Peru.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. All right, so
Yeah,
like
he
you said-
he's lucky to be alive from what he was telling at the end of that thing.
Listen, and that's just one story. Like, could you imagine if somebody actually was like, "Yo, what the fuck are you guys doing here?" And they ended up they offed them because they were talking too much while they were trying to secure the situation.
Oh, I wouldn't doubt that. That has absolutely happened. I would not doubt that. You start asking too many questions, you end up buried in the jungle.
Yep. All right, so I'm going to bring up the pages here. Now, the first one I think we'll talk about is the most famous UFO crash in history. Can anybody in chat guess what that one is?
Oh, I know what you're leaning at, but there was.
Are we talking in the
one-
United States or?
I think it would be the United States that would have the most famous UFO crash, wouldn't it? Because you can't consider Tunguska a UFO crash because we don't know what the hell that was, that leveled all that timber. So I would think it'd be Roswell, wouldn't it?
Yeah, but there was a major
Well,
one that
then you got
before Roswell.
that one over in England at that base.
Then there was
Well, that
That
was
was
really
a
crap.
crash.
Yeah, that was. Oh hell, I can't even remember the name that yet. But
Rendlesham Forest.
that's it. Yeah,
yeah,
but that wasn't a
one
crash.
happened- No,
No, that was a landing.
well, if you want to consider a crash, there was one that happened before Roswell, and that was the Aurora, Texas crash, where the thing smashed into the windmill and everything like that, and they buried it in a water pit.
Right.
Now, the crash the one that they often talk about that happened before Roswell, I think it was Corona, New Mexico.
I thought that
That happened in like June. There was one. You had Corona, you had Aztec, then you had Roswell.
Oh man,
There was like three
you
of
had,
them.
You had the one in the 1800s, man.
The one where
Aurora,
the
Aurora,
airship.
Texas.
Yeah, the airship.
Yeah.
With the pilot that they brought in a priest to give the last rites to, and then buried him with a marked stone, and people kept coming and stealing the stone and shit. So they finally just took the stone away.
Yeah, now
Wasn't
they
next
have
to a
like a
big
little.
tree or
Now
some
they
shit
have
like that?
Yeah, it was
now they have like a little shack buried over the site where they dumped the body. But that happened in the 1800s.
All right. So
Given that I know that there's more crashes before that, but I'm pretty sure that might be the first written one that they talk about.
Roth, are you talking about? Hold on, because I was just reading the Rothians talking. Roswell is the most.
Is Truth having issues with this connection?
Nah, he shouldn't be. He's probably got to adjust a few things. Nah, he should
My
be
mic's
good.
been acting up. You guys got me?
I got
guys
you.
got me?
Yeah, I can see you.
All right, yeah, I'm gonna have to tweak some wires and shit. But
Oh, yeah.
But
Kecksburg, Pennsylvania.
yep, Kecksburg. No, wait a second.
Red Raider.
There was one. It was a crack. All right. So we're just gonna like we're doing right now. We're just gonna rattle off a bunch of fucking UFO crashes and stuff. Right now, I'm gonna talk about the one from 19. What the hell? The Brazilian Roswell. You know which one I'm talking? The Vargahena. The Vargahena case, where there was a reported UFO crash, and then the beings were seen walking around town. So
I remember that one. Yeah, that was interesting.
The
Like, it was kind of almost like they were walking around town asking for help.
Yeah, boom. Share screen. Share screen. I'm getting quicker.
Well, then you got the one that Paul Bennett was talking about that crashed onto the Archuleta Mesa.
All right. So this is I can't pronounce that for the life of me. Let me get myself off the screen here. All right.
Sound it out, bro.
And
Hold on.
whatever. And this was this happened in 1996. All right.
Vargina.
One second. I'm trying to find out. All right. So in 1996, there was a supposed alien crash, UFO crash in Vargahena, Brazil. Right. And there was survivors. And people reported seeing these survivors walking around town, and they reported them to the police officials, and the police officials ended up capturing these things. And these are the supposed images of what they look like this right here. It looked kind of gray, like a gray you would think a gray is, but it wasn't. It was like it had tannish reddish skin. Yeah, this would be a pretty accurate drawing of what they were describing. That these came out of that crashed UFO, and I keep butchering that damn name. I'm sorry about that. All right, but yeah,
You got a link for that
No.
particular? No.
It looks like you could pronounce it Vargina. I
don't know. No, what do you need a link for, Sean?
What you're looking at. Now, the one I've got top 10 real UFO crash sites. The first one is the Aurora crash. I think that's over in Texas, and the Berwyn Mountain incident, Kando event, Koyami UFO incident, Height 61 UFO incident, USSR, Kecksburg up in Pennsylvania, and Dorinda.
Bring it up. Here, I'll end that. Bring it up.
All right, hold on a second. Get this.
Because right there, all I did was go to DuckDuckGo, which I suggested. If you want to, I found going on to Google sucks when you're trying to look stuff up.
Hold on a second. Let me get this. How did I get 3 StreamYards open? That's interesting.
Yeah, Keith, one of the police officers. Yeah, one of the police officers got sickened and died after handling one of these creatures. So while you're looking that up, I'm going to look up. So there was a Russian UFO crash. Bad. All right. Oh, so you know what? In recent memory, do you guys? I don't know if you guys remember. This was when Art Bell was still alive. The Needles, California UFO crash.
That was Needles, California, the border of Nevada, where the dude was sitting on his pontoon boat and the shit like crashed down.
Yeah. So, yep, the Needles UFO crash 2008, and this is documented. There was actually a radio host who said there was weird black SUVs that showed up in the town. That showed up in the town after this, and they were looking for this guy. What the hell was his name? Houseboat something?
It was like Houseboat John or Houseboat Joe or something like that. Like that's where he stayed, and supposedly, quote unquote, he got the crash on video.
So I'm gonna go. I don't want images. I want information.
Deep down, I want to say it was his. They called him like Houseboat Joe or some shit like that.
No, Houseboat Bob.
Joe Bob, it's all the same shit. I'm sorry for anybody named Joe or Bob, but yeah, I distinctly remember that.
All right. So I'm gonna read something here. Oh, there we go. Sorry, Sean.
It's all right. So this is one I found just doing the DuckDuckGo stuff. Let's get this. See, the very first one is the Aurora crash in Texas. I believe that's the one from 1897, exploding in 1,000 pieces. Debris was searched through the body of a small alien, was apparently discovered and buried in a local cemetery. That's the one we were kind of touching on right at the first of it.
Yep, and they took the debris and threw it down a well.
Didn't they? They had to actually cap that, didn't they?
Yeah,
they capped that well. Yep.
I think UFO Hunters did a show on that one too.
And let's see what else we got here. She said the parents had actually been to the crash site, but had allowed her to accompany them to the. What are they referring here? I don't know. Supposed crash became such a well-known story that it transformed into a movie, The Aurora Encounter, in 1986, starring Jack Elm.
They made a movie out of that?
Mm-hmm. Aurora Encounter. I'm gonna have to look that up.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to check that out.
Search. DuckDuckGo. Get that going. They sure did.
Don't mind me, guys. I got the hiccups right now.
Yeah, I'm looking at something. I feel like I've seen this. I've done watched so many like weird sci-fi movies in my life, man. You know what? I'm gonna have to check it out.
I don't believe I've seen this one. I honestly don't think I have.
All right, everybody, that's on your watch list.
Yeah. That is interesting. I'll have to watch this. I'll put that on my watch list for tomorrow, or maybe later on after I get done riding tonight. Not sure. So after the Aurora event down in Texas, the next one was Berwyn Mountain, January of '74, Welsh Roswell. So this is across the pond there. North Wales UFO crash was believed to have smashed into the hills, scattering the remains of non-human bodies, which that's interesting to say the least. I was just talking about non-human bodies and what they could do with holograms, or maybe not holograms, maybe just messing around with our perception.
Mm-hmm.
And see, the bodies were said to have been discovered by Welsh police, and the British government covered up the event. Many experts claim an earthquake occurred, but there were no craters to back up their opinions. And then there's a Spain one experience from Cando event. In the first major alleged UFO crash of the morning of January 18th, 1994, witnesses saw a huge sparking fireball, which, you know, the UFOs I've been watching lately that come across in real time on my RSS feeds are mostly fireball. Fireball ones. So witnesses saw a huge fireball size of a full moon, the sky over the village. Later, a 200 meter gouge in a nearby hillside close found. The trees displaced down the hill. Opinions and divided about the causes of the explosion. So that's interesting.
Hey, Keith, it's scrolling across the bottom. It's scrolling across the bottom.
Koyomi or Koyami? I don't know how the hell you pronounce that thing. Paused, passed down by the word of mouth. Legends and mysterious letters. Koyami? Okay, that sounds cool. Yeah. Mysterious letters sent by ex-government officials. UFO story of Koyami began even in August of 74. August 25th of 74. That's way back when I was a little Sean running around. U.S. air defense radar detected UFO heading American airspace in Mexico. But moments later, it collided with a small civilian airplane and disappeared from radar. The Mexican government is alleged to have sent a team to recover the plane after hearing about the crash. With the spooky coincidences. U.S. military personnel, Texas, monitored radio traffic when the Mexican suggested they have also recovered the shiny silver disc. Actually, I believe I've seen this in a documentary a time or two, if I remember correctly. Let's see. UFO researchers believe that the soldiers exposed to lethal biological and chemical substances emanating from the crashed craft, which I believe that was in a documentary as well. They say when U.S. satellite surveillance and jet flyovers showed that the Mexicans had died, their recovery teams went in, recovered the ship, and took the object back to the States. So I believe that is what I saw.
Yeah, that happened. I remember. I know what you're talking about now. That one happened like right across the border from Texas. The Mexicans sent in a retrieval team. Then the U.S. showed up, and all the Mexican soldiers were dead.
Yeah, but
they had been like,
this is
they had been like laid out or some shit.
Right. So, but this happened in 74, and they said that they witnessed this in real time off of satellite imagery. So, what kind of technology was, state of the art that they were using, looking at the border, and what's happening right now? Obviously 50 some years later.
This height 611 UFO incident, that's that Russian incident I think Roth is talking about, where a fireball crashed into like the mountains, and it, like people were picking up metal and like glass and shit like that. It looked like spears. Yeah.
Right.
I had that right up on my thing. So we got.
This happened in, let's see, Cray in the USSR. Next setting for another mysterious story. Inhabitants of the town noticed a reddish ball just over a hill called Height 611 at around 8 p.m. Eyewitnesses said it was about the size of half of a moon disk and that it made no sound as it fell. And described hovering balls showing lights of varying intensity. Actually, that sort of sounds like that one that happened up in Nova Scotia a little bit. 3 days after the incident, 3 days after the incident, a group of UFOologists a weird name for my southern tongue to get across, but climbed the hill, discovered a landing patch, and it looked like it had been sizzled by high temperatures and was 2 by 2 meters in size. Nearby rocks were covered with black film, and the remains of a burnt tree were found. Some of the rocks had dropped off silvery metal, which were later determined to be a mystery type of lead, not. Doesn't say what the shape and size, other than the size of the 2.2 by 2 meter size mark left behind. But that kind of, got kind of temperatures would leave black film across entry level stuff. Burning anyway. Let's see. Then we got the Kecksburg, I think. December of 65, Pennsylvania. USA screams of UFO filled the air as a large fireball was seen by thousands. Eyewitness in Pittsburgh claimed something crashed in the woods. A boy in the village said that he saw an object fall and blue smoke bellowing from the trees and alerted authorities. Local fishermen came to assist and reported on an object in the shape of an acorn. Actually, I think I've seen renditions of this. As large as a Volkswagen Beetle, with writing resembling Egyptian hieroglyphs and a band around the base, while the U.S. military claimed that it searched the woods and found absolutely nothing. Locals suggest they cordoned off the area and removed the spaceship, which that sounds about familiar. But if it's acorn shaped about the size of a Volkswagen Beetle, isn't that about the size of the that Nazi flying bell?
Yep,
The
Nazi
bell.
They called it the clock or something like that, right? Yeah.
Yep, die clock or something like that. Yeah.
See, to me, Rendlesham Forest can't be on this list. Well, hold on. The first night.
I don't know if it was
the first night it happened. Maybe.
I don't know. Wasn't that the fellow that they had a couple of people that went in with those little tiny micro hand recorders? Tape recorders.
Wasn't Shag Harbor a UFO crash, basically?
Shag Harbor was the wasn't that the one in Nova Scotia?
Yeah, that's the one in Nova Scotia. Yeah. That happened in 67. That was before I was even thought of.
That was way before we were thought of.
Yeah. So the incident in Shag Harbor name, let's see, the incident name may induce sniggers, but it certainly gave Canadian locals the willies at the time. In 67, something crashed in the waters off Nova Scotia South Shore. Multiple witnesses saw a bright light and whistling sounding like a bomb. Now that's sort of like Kecksburg a little bit. One key witness was Lori Wickens, a local resident who was driving with 4 friends along Shag Harbor Highway 3 at the time. He told how he spotted a large object descending into the waters in the harbor with bright lights. A military operation to recover the aircraft failed to find any conclusive remains, though conspiracy theories maintain that they saw divers emerging in the water with UFO debris. Now, wasn't there a like a fishing boat right off the shore there that got rained on by debris from the aircraft or the UFO, if I remember correctly?
Yeah, and didn't it kill? I believe it killed the guy's dog, if I'm not mistaken, and that led to those 2 guys in the plane being their plane going down. Also, there was a whole incident behind that whole Shag Harbor deal.
Well, this particular little blurb here is without a whole lot of detail. Then, absolutely.
Yeah. No. See, Tunguska, I can't. I don't know if that was a UFO crash. I don't know if it was a meteor. It's it leveled a lot of timber.
Yeah,
Like,
how many square miles? 400 square miles away, or some 400 miles away from windows were broken, knocked down, people off their feet. So whatever it was, they thought it might have been a nuclear explosion, if I remember correctly. But I think they did. I thought I saw where they did a computer. Oh, just a second. I got to tell my Alexa to shut up.
oh, she ain't saying nothing weird, is she?
No, she was about ready to play music. I didn't want that to get you a strike or anything. But yeah, that one, I think they did like reenactments, computer modeling of what exploded, and they thought, well, it might have been a meteor that just exploded right above the surface and leveled all the trees and whatnot. So, and it's so remote. I've seen some people go out there, and it's so remote where it's pretty well almost permafrost up to the point where it gets too hot. Once it gets too hot, the bugs are just suffocating to get out to that point.
So how
I think it's the last one on the list.
You know how me and Bass talk about we like really dove into like UFOs and shit for a while. Well,
right.
There was a documentary I came across years ago, and they were talking about Tunguska, and they were just one of the topics came up in this investigation that whatever exploded over those trees was blown up by a sort of, I guess, security system, because there were reports that there were these large orbs, like they were physical. They weren't like floating around orbs. They were like statuesque like type shits that came up out of the ground, and they would emit like energy. And I don't know why that's never been talked about, but these people delve pretty deep into that. I'll have to see if I can find that documentary. You can't find any of these old documentaries anymore. So I was saying earlier about the Needles, California UFO crash. Just took place in 2008, and it was pretty, at the time, it was huge. So much so that UFO hunters went and investigated it. A few other people started diving into this.
I remember Art Bell talking about it also.
Oh yeah, Art Bell dove right into that, and so we're gonna add this to stream. All right. So May 14th, 2008, the small hours before dawn brought a mystery to the tiny town of Needles, California. On this date, witnesses claimed an inexplicable object crashed to Earth slightly west of the Colorado River. Frank Costigan, former chief of security for LAX Airport, professes to having observed the crash around 3 a.m. According to Costigan, the anomaly emitted enough light to illuminate the sky. Racing from northeast to southwest, the object slowed and accelerated as if under intelligent control. Moments later, Costigan lost sight of the enigma behind a crop of hills. Awaiting a resultant explosion, the ex-police officer was astonished when the crash generated no detectable noise. Hours later, David Hayes, owner of the local radio station K-Tox, would view a procession of ominous vehicles sporting military license plates speeding into the desert. Having the misfortune of making eye contact with the driver in formation, Hayes asserts one of the mysterious Suburbans would later park itself outside of his place of business. A separate witness to the crash, seeking anonymity, under the esoteric moniker of Bob, that's houseboat Bob we were talking about before, reported observing the fiery enigma come to Earth approximately 100 yards west of the river. Initially, this onlooker believed what struck the planet was a plane. While attempting to call 911, Bob viewed a fleet of black helicopters arriving on scene no more than 20 minutes after the occurrence. Among the vehicles was a sky crane, which lifted a massive radiating object from the ground and flew off in the direction of Las Vegas. The mystery deepened when KTOX Radio received a phone call from a colleague in nearby Laughlin, Nevada, asserting the town's airport had been overrun by Janet planes. Now, Janet planes are the planes that take employees to Area 51.
So, white planes with the red stripes.
Yep. So asserting that the town's airport had been overrun by Janet planes on the evening of the alleged wreck. Janet aircraft are unmarked vehicles which transport employees to Area 51. Shortly after the incident, the black Suburbans witnessed about needles vanished. Whatever fell from the sky also disappeared, although perhaps not without a trace. Frank Costigan believes an object the size of a semi-trailer traveling at a high velocity should have left physical evidence upon impact. Perhaps burn marks or debris remain in the aftermath of the wreck. Since the region is far from easily traversable, it may take a team of dedicated researchers to uncover latent proof. This happened in 2008. I'd say this is pretty. That's a hell of a story, isn't it? Because didn't Art Bell bring the guy from K-Tox on to his show to talk?
Did you see that? Did I tag you, Bass? Did I tag you with those two UFO reports from yesterday?
Wait, did you send them to me in Messenger or?
Let me see if I can find that.
I'm gonna see if I can find like an image of it.
I think I sent them to you in Messenger. I've got it right here. I can share my screen. See if I can. I got too many freaking windows opened up. But apparently, Congress has been talking about UFOs lately. Again.
Well, considering that in the initial start of the global lockdown, quote unquote, they actually came out and admitted that yes, we have retrieved UFOs and they did not originate on this planet. But you know what? So many people, everybody was worried about the pandemic or whatever. Nobody blinked an eye at that shit.
Nope.
And they basically admitted it.
Well, apparently in Congress, they actually put in language non-human origins for UFOs and presented that to Congress. Not any kind of weird UFO retired diplomats or whatever. This was actually, I think, in the Senate.
Well, a few months ago, they had basically a quote unquote UFO conference. It started out on TV, on live. Sean, I think I sent you the link. I sent Truth the link. I sent Chaos the link.
Yeah, we talked about this. That one dude rubbed me the wrong way when he started talking about like fucking dressing up at the convention and stuff. Like, what the hell is that guy doing?
Dude, that bugged the shit out of me. That has nothing to do with this conversation.
That's the problem. People make a mockery of this subject. The shit is there. It's out there for people to see. People are seeing this stuff every day. And you got idiots like this that's in elected power who probably shouldn't be sitting in power, mocking people like that.
Well, in the
like, do you know how decorated that dude, the dude that was sitting there answering the questions, do you know how decorated he was? This man had years in the intelligence community. He knows stuff that would make that man's head explode. And he's sitting there mocking him, talking about, oh, do you dress up at conventions and stuff like that? Like, yo, good. Shut the hell up. You know what I mean?
Nah, that's kind of when they lost.
They want
Because I was
to.
watching this shit live. That's kind of when they lost when that dude started asking questions like really, bro? You know, like that's the line of questioning you're gonna take. Like, given I would have loved to hear what they said behind closed doors, but come on, man.
It would have been just a little bit more of what they said on the live shit, because those guys asking questions, they don't have any kind of security clearance for that information.
Well, they are been trained to make fun of anything like this. You know, from a perspective of news organization, everything that we're talking about is already relegated to the crazy pages.
Oh yeah.
Sorry, people, don't mind me.
What's it? Weekly
News of the
World
weird
News?
kind of stuff. Yeah, news of the weird sections of every paper out there.
And I'll be honest with you, I do, because having had the experience that me and Bass had, and looking into this subject for the better part of my adulthood, I find it kind of offensive when they have like a news brief or something and they play the damn X-Files. Don't get me wrong, I love the X-Files, but I think it's a mockery when they put out a we have another UFO sighting, and then they play the X-Files
thing. Yeah.
You're doing a disservice to whoever reported that information to you. You really are. But that's just my opinion.
Well, it looks like the UFOs Congress is going to have Pentagon release dozens of UFO videos. Now, how many are they setting on? I would say enough to fill every library for a 100-mile radius of Washington.
Yeah, they're sitting on thousands of clips.
Now, how much of it is actually of a documentary level, saying, "Hey, we captured this," or we're in cooperation with this particular species, and they allowed us on board to film. Now, that's just me speculating out loud, though.
One of the clips that they should release is he was part of the whole disclosure thing with Stephen Greer back in like the early 2000s. He gave an interview. He was like a cameraman, and they were recording a rocket launch, right? Do you remember this? And
yep.
They were recording a rocket launch, and he said they thought everything went well. They get called in the office, and their commander's like, "Yo, were you guys dicking around up there?" And they're like, "No, what are you talking about?" And he sat them down, and he played the footage, and you could see the rocket going up like this, but then you could see this like disc-shaped light come over like this, shoot a beam here, and a beam underneath, and then the rocket goes tumbling out, and then the thing shoots off. And he said the commander looked at him and said, "What was that?" And the dude, the guy telling the story, was like, he looked at him and said, "I guess we got a UFO." That was on camera. They caught that on camera. They need to release stuff like that.
Or Gordon Cooper.
Yep, Gordon.
Yeah. Where he said, where basically they were out at like a test range or something, and they filmed a UFO coming down, landing, putting down this like landing gear, then taking off. This happened in the 50s. Yeah, this 50s, early 60s, something like that.
Well, they've been sitting on top of UFOs since the early 30s, easy. Zero point energy. Speculating out loud, it's probably been around since the turn of the 19th century into the 20th. Now, that's kind of hard to say, but from what you and I both have been told in the grade school up into college. But I talked to an engineer from a nuclear submarine. And he was engineer in like '74. And I talked to him in the late '90s, and he said the computers that are on the shelf now, we had that technology in '74.
I wouldn't doubt it.
So
The military-industrial complex is at least 25 to 30 years ahead of what they're letting the public know. So, and that's at least.
So
it's at least 20
I'm
I would say 50 years in some aspects, and
everybody
some
talk. Truth, you was about to say something.
Oh, you got it. What's going on? Yeah, no, I was looking up the Cape Girardeau crash in 1941. Am I pronouncing it's Cape Girardeau and Missouri? Where the hell did it go? Oh, but first I wanted to share this. Stop sharing that. And we were just talking about Tunguska a minute ago, so I want to share the result. This is the some photos of the aftermath of Tunguska. Look at that shit.
You know what? The crazy part is about when you're talking about Tunguska. That shit was actually brought up in one of the Ghostbuster movies.
The recent one.
No, it wasn't the recent one. It was
I think it was in the very first one. I think Ray was blabbing off random facts.
Yep. I know exactly what you're talking about. Was that one or was that two? Shit.
Look, 100 years later, still no trees in the middle of this. What the hell could have exploded right over that? That would have did that.
I think I got a possible picture of the Kecksburg. Is that the one with the acorn?
Oh shit! I'm sitting there looking at it. I didn't even share the screen.
Yeah, but I say,
I'm more interested in my Butterfinger. All right, 100 years later, boom. There we go. Sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. I was more interested in my Butterfinger. But so these were the first initial pictures taken after the Tunguska blast. That would level these trees, right? All these trees were down like that. So that was then. This is 100 years later. Still no trees growing in the center of where this explosion took place. Like, I don't know if has anybody ever gone there and, like, I'm sure they have, with like metal detectors, and see if they can find any traces of metal or anything like that, right? They've had
metal detectors, radiation detectors, anything that can cause a blip.
Or like I said before, these things.
Soil boring. Like, just dig like maybe 10 feet, 20 feet down into the soil and just take a sample and see if you can match up the timeline. Because if you do it like a tree, with a tree, you could take a core sample and you could tell how old the tree is just by the notches in the tree.
Right.
I wonder if you could do that with soil. I'm pretty sure you could do that with soil. If there was like a massive event like that, you're bound to come up with something. Something's going to happen. Something's going to be a little different. Given you might have to go 20 feet down, maybe even further than that, but in those layers, like, you're gonna get something.
So apparently this is an acorn UFO that they recovered and kind of said it didn't really happen. So I don't know if this is a reenactment.
I think that's probably a reenactment. What don't they have one? Don't they have that as a statue in like the center of their town? They have something like that. So in Kecksburg, there was an interesting part of the Kecksburg thing because somebody, I forgot who it was, they were on the other side of the forest and they were working their way down and they heard something scream out of the woods. And then then the military showed up and told them to get the hell out of there. You remember hearing that little tidbit, Bass?
Yeah, yep. They were working. They seen something come down. They heard the scream, and they were working their way towards the area. Then all of a sudden, some military guys who were basically hiding themselves came out of nowhere and told them, like, "Yo, you need to get out of here because this is now a restricted area."
I'm gonna see if I can find that Long Island, New York UFO crash.
Dude, there was one in New Jersey also.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Where?
Oh yeah. Oh, absolutely. The comedian Joey Diaz talks about it.
Who the hell is Joey Diaz?
If you've seen this picture, you know exactly what the hell I'm talking about. All right, Joey Diaz. You remember seeing the Adam Sandler movie, Any Given Sunday? Not Any Given Sunday, but his remake. I can't think of the name of shit. But Joey Diaz was the fat guy that passed out like can of corn.
Okay.
That's him. And he was living out in Jersey at the time, and he talks about where there was a UFO crash out in New Jersey. He's actually seen some shit flying in the sky out there in New Jersey. Barbie says Kecksburg, it was a U.S. project. See, I don't know, because that shit looks too similar to the bell that the Nazis were working on. And they were working on.
Well, how many of those scientists did we bring over?
Shit, man. They came here, they went to the UK, they went to France, they went to Russia. Like, personally, I think we brought over the baddest of the bad that we were able to get over here. Winter on Brom, I believe.
I believe they saved a bunch of Nuremberg trial people.
Oh yeah,
just with that program.
I think we brought Mangala over here.
The stream.
See, this is with this is one of the things I've always thought about. Like, I wish I would have been able to talk to my grandfather, because he served in World War II. He was drafted in World War II, and just to sit down and talk with him about, like, if he's seen anything strange or experienced anything strange. But this was before, like, he passed away before we got into this topic. And I'm pretty sure he has some stories, man.
All right, so this is that Long Island UFO crash I was talking about. Long Island UFO crash mystery is another Roswell fire in South Haven Park and military helicopters. Let me take some coffee. Hold on. All right. South Haven UFO crashes incident could be the first one where the investigator who led the case was sent to jail. Something mysterious happened at South Haven Park in Long Island in New York on November 24th, 1992. There were many reports of the eyewitnesses who claimed to have seen an unknown craft crash in South Haven Park. Even many local residents noticed strange lights and strong rumbling sounds that night. The case was investigated by the UFO group known as Long Island UFO Network. According to the chairman of the UFO group, John Ford, some witnesses noticed a fire immediately after the crash, and the county police blocked the roads near the park and also closed it for the public for a few days after the event. Some people claim to have seen military helicopters near the incident place. Interestingly, one witness experienced unusual power surges at his home for 5 to 6 days after the alleged crash, and even his telephone would ring strangely without anyone on the other side. An anonymous 45-year-old man said, "I ride horses to the park, so I'm pretty familiar with the activities there. For the next few days, there were a lot of military helicopters going over the park, and I couldn't get in." Ford and his team noticed something odd about the park during their investigation. They discovered a particular area in the South Haven Park that was burned out, and several trees were broken in half. Besides, some area was plowed by machinery. One of the former Long Island UFO Long Island UFO investigators named Thomas, recalled the experience he had after the incident. He remembered, "I was working part-time driving a school bus van, and I had picked up a girl who was a matron. So I had drive out to Shirley, which is done at in the end of South Haven Park. When I picked this girl up, we had a conversation, and when we mentioned South Haven Park as we're going by, I said, 'Were you familiar with the downing of the UFO?' And she said yes. She told me what happened. She says that night, me and a bunch of friends, we had climbed a fence and went into the park. And she said all these military vehicles pulled up that night and said they got the heck out of there, and we didn't find out until later it was a UFO because it was shot down." Ford recalled that the park had a higher than normal radiation reading. What's more, the metal fences that maintain magnetic charge from the earth showed no charge, like something would strip away all magnetic charge from the fences. Where the hell does it say it? Yeah, I'm not going to read the whole article, but... Oh, look at that picture. Some of the broken trees. Interesting. 1992, ladies and gentlemen. South Haven Park UFO crash.
Well, the one gentleman that you sent the link to me and I sent the song that happened down in South America, that was a very interesting encounter. If it's true, very interesting.
Who said that? Red, they'll never admit to what the Phoenix lights were. Never gonna happen.
Nope.
What's up, Midnight? They'll never admit to it because, honestly, that might have been part of the fucking secret space program, and they're definitely not gonna admit that. The sky was lit up for nights after Tunguska. Yep. Yeah, I think Phoenix was ours. Phoenix was part of the secret space program. What happened?
You think
Or am I
so?
seeing-
Well,
Really?
that was a giant. That was a giant V. Then that was humongous.
I think that's part of. I think that's part of the secret space program.
So, I know we're not talking
That's-
about this, but do you think that we actually have boots on the ground in Mars?
On Mars?
Yeah.
Yes. Yes. I think the. All right. So do you remember? The fuck was the name of this?
I
was a
personally
book.
believe we're out of this solar system.
Alternative 3. Have you ever heard of that? Alternative 3 was it was an idea. It was a book that I had read where it was like if something goes wrong on Earth, there was like 3 options to do it. One of the options was to like build underground bases, which they do, and another option was to go and colonize another planet. I think they took this. It was like a real government study that did this. They took the idea and ran with it, and I think we do have a fucking colony on Mars. Too many of these secret space program witnesses, these guys to these 20 and back programs, they're passing lie detector tests, multiple lie detector tests. There's got to be something to it. I think we're colonized. I think we have stuff on the moon, which I don't think we're not really wanted on the moon, but I think we're at other places in this solar system and outside of the solar system.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Like whatever that anomaly is on Titan, I'm sure they checked it out. That
Well,
monolith,
remember, we
whatever
used to
that
get a
is.
lot of this stuff off of ATS. Then
And
it's still up, but ATS, you have a lot of good stuff, man. A lot of good stuff. Then they fell off. For anyone
Like
that doesn't know, ATS is above top secret.
Oh yeah, I've seen those for years. That's a couple of decades old, easy.
a good
They
person
used
to
get some
follow.
good stuff up there.
A good person to follow would be Michael Sala. From I think it's Exopolitics, and he puts out some really good stuff. He has a few interviews with these guys from the 20 and back program. I tell you, man, that shit gets more interesting. It gets a lot more interesting every time I hear one of them because there's too many corroborating stories. There's too much stuff that lines up with what they're saying. I think hello. Yeah, there we go. I'm gonna have to. Yep. Okay. Yep. Corey. Well, I'm not saying anything about Corey Good, but there are other people who talk about this program that are believable. I think Corey Good is full of shit. But then you have that Randy. But yeah, like Randy Kramer. What the hell is going on with my headset here? All right, there we go.
What are you doing?
Messing with my head, messing with the jack.
Then I had that guy, Flynn Rider, on my show that claimed that he was abducted and put in the service out in space for 20 years and came back. And I don't think he said he was part of the 20 and back program, but he was fighting extraterrestrials for 20
I
years.
remember
and
that show.
Yeah, that was an interesting show. He still wants to come back.
Like, there's got to be something to it. I don't know how.
All you're doing, you would be snatching a person's consciousness and putting it into an avatar, and then that avatar can go and do whatever, because of that avatar might be pre-programmed, but you're taking this person's consciousness and putting it into that avatar to make the avatar work. Am I sounding crazy?
No, because I've recently dove into the whole human cloning and consciousness placement and everything like that. So it makes sense. It makes sense. But like I said, there's too many people coming out and saying this shit. I know some of them are bandwagoners and everything. Oh, I want my 15 minutes of fame, and it's a lot of them full of shit. But there's some of them that are like, yeah, I believe this guy. I mean, hell, look at what Gary McKinnon did. Gary McKinnon hacked into the Pentagon and the DOD and NASA and found ship-to-ship transfer orders of quote-unquote non-terrestrial officers off of ships labeled USSS, whatever the name was. You know, USSS, United States Spaceship.
And he got into that system very easy. And when he was in the system, there was other people in the system, but they flagged him for the shit.
Yeah. Well, didn't they have like password was password?
Yeah, it was like admin password.
Real stupid, like password. Admin's password is 1234. Like really dumb shit.
Really stupid.
See,
crap.
but that makes you wonder. Did they do that on purpose to try to like get sucker hackers in to their system? Because that's all.
Yeah, but if all right, I'll put it to you like
that's
this.
pretty lax. No, that's pretty lax security for a government.
Good information. They wouldn't have been trying to get him over here stateside to prosecute him. But the problem is with that, he would have been under oath and he would have had to testify what he's seen. And I don't think they were willing to freaking come up, have anybody like, yeah, this is what he's seen. Then that would have verified everything that he was saying. Yeah, they were chasing him. They wanted him bad. But when it came down to it, when it boils down, they would have had to been in a court of law and admit that what he found was true. And I don't think they wanted that smoke, man. Like that would have been a major deal. Like given all these assholes who's been in the cover up for so long should be brought up on charges and shit like that, brought up on treason. But that right there, that I think that was a major kicker, if you know what I'm saying. Like they would have had to have a lieutenant colonel or general or whoever come up and sit on stand and answer those questions. Shit, can you guys hear me? I don't know.
I hear you. I'm looking at chat real quick.
And I don't think they would have been able to do that. That's why they let him. They basically let him slide on some major hacking.
Well,
like you hack into NASA, you get into the DOD, all that stuff. Given their firewalls and whatnot, should have been a hell of a lot better than what it was. But he even says that you can go back and find his interview with somebody like did with him, where he said, I was in the system, but there was other people in the system.
So there has to, this 20 and back, there has to be some, because they've been talking about removing people's consciousness and placing it in like AI for decades now. Now, I'm pretty sure that if they've talked about it, they've tried it, and I'm pretty sure they've done it already. And
No, it's like cloning.
So yeah.
You know, there's cloned humans
Now,
running around.
I think that I don't know if they're.
Remember-
I don't know. I think they might be
Dude,
synthetics.
you remember a few years ago, like this shit? I hate to, but on CNN they came out with an article about that the military came up with this fabric that basically cloaks you. Like everyone's here seen the movie Predator.
Mm-hmm.
You put this piece of fabric over whatever, your gun, your car, your whatever, it's gonna blend you in just like how Predator did. Seen that shit going across the bottom?
If not better.
Yep. Seen, because when I watch the news, I watch for the bottom ticker. That's where the real news is gonna come across. None of that glitz and glamour bullshit that they have up on screen. Just that news ticker. I seen that shit. I was like, see, now that's interesting. And then what happened? I went back and tried to find it like 5 hours later or so. Somebody, it wasn't there. Like deleted. That kind of the same shit happened with the Black Triangle up there in Alaska.
I think that they're with this 20 and back program, they're putting these people's consciousness in, say, I don't know about a clone, but maybe a synthetic, like a droid-ish type deal, like Bishop from Alien, something like that.
Well, what if they're doing it with an aspect of Universal Soldier, where they're just reanimating dead soldiers?
What, and placing somebody else's consciousness in these dead soldiers?
Yes.
I mean, these fuckers are weird. I wouldn't put it past them. Yeah, Red said, yeah, I'm not big on clone theories. It makes sense.
Well, I think, from my perspective of where I was in the medical field, if they hint that they, hey, I got this new DNA thing, we can sequence DNA now and tell what part of the world you're from, which, that database is, getting pretty deep. But I think where they cloned Dolly and a bunch of other stuff, they've already cloned a human without a doubt.
Oh yeah,
I have no doubt that has occurred. And then you had that chimera thing in the Senate they shot down to make it illegal to have,
about a year and a half ago.
Yeah, that's legal in the United States to do that. There for the longest while, I thought it was illegal to do that, and they had to ship that kind of science out in international waters where it's kind of laxed. But heck, you can do that in the United States easy.
See, and the crazy part about that is they were doing something so wild that it came across this senator's desk that he had to we need to stop this, because I'm pretty sure there was only one senator that brought that bill in, and they shut him down ASAP because there's too much money in that shit.
Right. I think they tabled it, didn't they? They didn't really vote it down. They just tabled it for indefinite period.
So
that's just never going to get voted on.
Wedge said in chat, they think that the Glimmerman encounters are government tech. Some of the Glimmerman encounters are government tech. I do believe that, but some of the stuff that these things are reported to do wouldn't be a man in a suit. Do you know what I mean? What the hell is his name? They, at the end of Missing 411 the Hunter one, right? There's a researcher, Bruce Maccabee. That's who it is. His wife goes on and she talks about how she saw one of these like Glimmerman things in a tree, and she took pictures of it, right? and she brought her husband these pictures. Now her husband has been like a forensic photo analysis, whatever. He's been doing this in the UFO field for years and everything like that. He looked at those pictures and he said the pictures were altered in such a way that the only way to do it would be to actually go inside the camera and physically change those settings or like tweak it and mess with it like that. He's like, there's no other way these photos would have came out like that. If you got the opportunity to go, I'm not a fan of Mr. P per se, but that one documentary is all right, especially the ending of it with the Glimmerman sighting. And I keep telling you guys, go back and listen to my first interview on this channel. My coworker had a Glimmerman sighting. I have a 20-minute interview with him about it. And there was police involved the next day with this sighting. Go back and listen to it. Yeah, I think some of it is government tech, and then some of it is shit. It might be. It's definitely something.
Well, how many alien species are on this planet right now, cohabitating with us?
I'm sure.
No way to know that answer.
In a populated city like, say, Los Angeles, or Dallas, or New York City, or Miami, I'm sure you'd walk past at least one alien a fucking day. One that looks close enough to us that you wouldn't be able to tell unless you knew what you were looking for. Five that you know of, Ra? Oh, it's the Greys, the Reptilians. I think the
Mantids.
The Mantids, the Arcturians. I think the Arcturians. And the Pleiadian. I think the Pleiadians.
And Nordics.
Nordics. You could just lump them in with Nordics because it's basically the same shit.
See, but not all these. Not all.
But those are the ones from outer space. Those aren't the ones that are actually here already.
That we can tell.
There's different forms of reptilians that are possibly here already. They're not from.
Yeah, the Draconians.
No, not at all. But there is some local. There's some non-local. There's probably some that's been here since the age of dinosaurs. That's how they're so smart. Think about it. Take the Velociraptor. That was a very smart dinosaur. What's not to say that it was able to survive those so many years and come in, basically be one of these things that people report seeing.
So, I kind of dove into that ancient reptilians thing maybe last month or so, beginning last month and the month before, and I told everybody to go look up vril lizards, and go check that. Go look up vril lizards, and that'll explain this. Well, it'll give you a little tidbit of these ancient lizards or whatever the hell it is, and the whole Black Eye Club. Go ahead and look that one up too. Very interesting.
Black Eye Club is not cool.
What happened?
So what kind of species are the Black Eye Club?
No. So a while back I started diving into, I came across this shit, and
it was a deep dive.
It was about clone. Yeah, I dove deep. It was about it started off as with human cloning and stuff like that, right? And then it led to what was called the Black Eye Club, and it was a question was posed. He's like, "Yo, what do all these pictures have in common?" and it was a bunch of celebrities and politicians and high-ranking officials and shit like that, and they all had a black eye. So I was like, that's weird as fuck. Why all these people got black eyes? Why are all their eyes?
Yeah, I mean,
same eye, black
eyes, like they've been punched in the chops. Black eyes.
Yeah, why do all of them have eyes like that, right? So I started diving into this shit, and I came across the Black Eye Club. The apparent reason for that Black Eye Club shit, there's these things called vril lizards, and apparently they're like an ancient parasitic like lizard race from underground, and apparently that's one of like the Illuminati's biggest secrets. And what they do is these things have like a proboscis type deal that comes like out of their, I think it's the top of their head or some shit, and it shoots out this foam, and the foam will go to your eye. It contains a parasite, and when the parasite gets into you, and it apparently it eats away your consciousness, and that thing takes over your meat suit, but it maintains your memories. It's really dude, it's really weird. Like, I dove deep on this shit. It's so weird. But yeah, look up vril lizards.
Okay, if you tell you truth, it kind of makes sense, because you name a big name celebrity right now, and I'll bet you'll be able to find some form of photo with them with not two black eyes, but just one black eye. It could be the right or the left.
Eddie,
I can think of a half a dozen of them easy right now.
Eddie, not black eyes, not like black eyes. I mean, like a black eye, like somebody punched them in their shit.
Yeah,
like that kind of black eye.
Somebody punched you in the chops.
Yeah.
It took a couple of days, but now you're dealing with the black eye swelling underneath your shit.
Yes, that's what I'm talking
about. And it's not in both eyes. It's not in both eyes. Like, you got punched square in the middle of the nose and both eyes blacking up. It's one eye. It's either the left or the right.
No, yeah, I wasn't talking about the black-eyed kids or black-eyed adults, which I think I don't know what the hell to think about those, but we're not talking about those right now.
What about the thing we seen last night on that woman's property? William, are you talking about Vault stream last night where yeah. Oh, true. If you missed that, I gotta send you that damn foot. Oh man. Yeah.
What are you talking about?
The print and
print from where?
I'm pretty sure the lady. Well, it was Jeremy talking about it. Some woman contacted him. It should happen out of like California somewhere. But I seen snow, so I'm like, it's maybe Northern California. But excuse me, Dave said no. Down in Southern California, you can't get snow if you get up in those mountains and shit like that. So I don't know where it was, but it was out in California. And dude, this lady had that shit was like 20. It was between 20-24 inch print, and something reaching into her kitchen window.
What? No.
Yeah. I thought it was the outside of the house, like looking in, like maybe something could be in the window. No, this was a damn arm sticking into the window, and that arm was about 4 or 5 feet long.
Wow.
So wait a minute. There's a picture.
Hold on. Let me
send it to me right now. Send it to me right now. Right now.
Hold on. Let me find my phone. Hold on.
I
got 2 phones. Oh, it's right in front of me. Never mind.
Eddie, this is what I meant by the Black Eye Club, dude.
Now you got to share it.
I did share it.
Okay.
That's why I made him out of Black Eye Club.
Where's my Gmail?
You telling me somebody got close enough to these celebrities to pop them or to hit them all in their damn face like that?
Yep.
I don't think so.
Even one of the popes has a black eye.
Yeah.
This shit is crazy.
Right. Him right, Pope right there. Like, you see this shit?
See, now this is a conspiracy that could probably get you flagged.
Come on.
Oh yeah, I
guys.
remember
It's
seeing
all
that
flag.
Pope black eye of his. I forgot what they kind of covered that up with, whatever story they used, but it was like, okay.
Shit, Adam.
A lot of these. Yeah, a lot of these.
Well, the
they
one
say
dude down
they
there with the
tripped and fell.
Nah, the one dude down there with the pink hair. I'm pretty sure it was the guy from Black Eyed Peas that punched him in the face and gave him that black eye. 'Cause I remember that whole controversy. But Adam Sandler with a black eye?
Adam Sandler, Brad Pitt, Ryan Gosling, John McCain, Ben Affleck, Robert Downey, Judge W.
Kanye, you could rule out the Kanye shit because that might be a photo when he got into his car accident and he had his jaw wired shut. So the Kanye one, you gotta kind of rule out.
But enough staring at these freaks. Sorry, I'm taking it.
How many have been on the Epstein Island?
I'm probably all of them in that damn picture.
I'm waiting for them to drop that list. It's never gonna happen.
Going to.
Did you fellas hear that cryptid audio that was shared on my show from North Carolina, Central North Carolina?
I work a lot, so I don't. And where I am, I don't really get service. So when you guys are like streaming on like Wednesdays and Tuesdays and stuff like that, I don't get it until like after 10 o'clock. So if you could, can you play it so I can hear it?
Well, I know. Well, yeah, it's your show, but I've got a 6-minute audio that was recorded in the backyard of a couple in Central North Carolina.
Oh, play it. I want to hear it.
Cue it up.
Okay, let's see. Turn this on here. All right, here we go.
Let me kill this music. Playing. Hey, Sean, is it playing? Is it playing? I don't hear anything.
Can you hear it?
I don't hear anything.
You don't hear anything? Oh, crap. Hold on just. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on just a second. I've got to
I'm gonna try to send you this in Messenger.
All right, give me just a second. I'll get it. Setting here. Stream.
Shaw G, I sent the to you also.
Okay, cool. Can you hear me okay now?
Yeah, I got you loud and clear.
All right. Here's the audio. Yeah, this carries on for like 6 minutes or so.
Man, what the hell is that?
I have no clue. I'm gonna skip ahead a little bit here. Let's get to
All right.
like the last 30 seconds of it, something like that. I think that was
It kind
like
of
that.
sounds like it was. It kind of sounds like it was antagonizing the dog. Do they
I
have
think there's like
dogs?
3, maybe 4 animals in there. Beth, the lady called in, and her husband jumped on and said that they corroborated each other. That was recorded off of, I think, Beth's phone. And they saw eye shine out of the tree line along with UFOs and whatnot. And this happens once a month in central North Carolina. That was about as specific location that I could get out of them.
Bash, you said this was from the picture you saw last night.
Yeah.
Holy shit!
That's
Hold on.
that's the print. I don't have the arm reaching in the window one.
Hold on. Let me. Wow.
Don't share
Whoa.
that though.
What?
Yeah, don't
The
share
picture?
that. Yeah.
Why not?
Well, I don't know. So you could probably share it. Yeah, you could probably share it. Because the lady asked Jeremy not to. She basically photo dumped him, and she
Okay,
asked
so
Was that
him
the one
not
off
to
of
share
TikTok?
some stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I think you could share that one. What's going on, Chris
man,
Cat?
if we're not certain, I don't want to do that. You know what I mean?
I was
dude,
on.
it's a
I
hell.
think there was
Posted last night.
one or two
It's
that they said not to share. I have no clue. I don't know.
Yeah,
That is a hell of
I
a
think
picture.
I think you can share that one. I'm pretty sure you can share that one.
All right, man. I'm not trying to get
Yes.
anybody in trouble.
Nah, because the ones that she didn't want shown, she told Jeremy not to share them. I don't think he sent them. Well, he might have sent them, but Volt didn't share them. So those I don't know. But the arm reaching in, that print that you're looking at, this is taken in California.
All right, 1 second.
She
They
actually
always got some weird stuff in California.
this individual actually had Josh Gates out to her property to investigate.
Oh, the real life Indiana Jones, huh?
Yes, sir. I like Josh Gates. He's been on a lot of these shows, but I like Josh Gates.
He's what?
Been on a lot of like different shows dealing with the same subject matter, but I like Josh Gates.
Yeah. All right, sure. I wanted to do what I wanted to do.
Say oh man, I swear we can never stay on topic. We're supposed to be talking about UFO crashes and retrievals, but now we're about to fucking show a print, huge Bigfoot print. It's crazy.
Hold on. Get off of this. I need
Yeah,
to show this picture. What the fuck, man?
Yeah, and dude, anybody go follow Jeremy and Jasper over on TikTok, man. They, yeah,
They got some crazy stuff. Jeremy always got
Yeah.
something going on. Yeah.
I'm starting to get annoyed here. Save as. Fucking download, man. Fucking download the picture. It already exists. Yes, I know. Just replace the shit. Come on, man. Stop fucking with me. Sorry, guys. I'm losing my shit here. Who's knocking on my door? What do you want?
Is there anything
Didn't you have a big bowl of dinner before? What's up?
What?
What? Say hi to everybody. Hey, that's my oldest. Open the door. Here.
What up,
son of
Camden?
mine. Uncle Mike, Uncle Bass says what's up. Alright, so shit. Open. Now let's see if it'll share it now. Share. OneNote. There we go. Bingo. Shit. Smaller. Go to what? What are you calling? What are you saying, dude? For?
No. Yeah. There you go.
That is a big ass foot.
Like, yeah. And you said the arm of that thing was reaching into her window?
Oh yeah, they got. I'm pretty sure. Well, what Jeremy was saying was that there's Dogman on that property also, and there was a photo that they shared last night where something was. I would say crouched down, possibly. And in the crouching position, this shit was about 5.5 feet tall in a crouching position. Maybe bigger than that.
Dude.
Not maybe, but possible. There's a good possibility it was bigger than that.
Look at how wide it is from here to here. That's almost as wide across there as it is this person's foot, lengthwise.
Mm-hmm. And that's the heel.
I'm pretty sure
the print is inverted, so it's a right foot.
But this would be the heel here. These are obviously the toes, and this would be like the bridge of the ball of the foot.
My shit is flipped around on your screen. I don't know what the hell you're looking at.
I'm looking at it the right way.
If you're talking about toes where you're pointing at, you're in the wrong direction, brother.
This isn't the toes right here.
It's not up on the screen anymore. I can't tell you what you're looking at.
What? Hold on, I think I X'd out the wrong one. Yeah, I X'd out the wrong one, sorry. Share. Window. There we go. Share. Alright. These aren't the toes, right? Well, shit. Hold on.
I got you.
Go back. It looks fine to me.
All right.
What are you talking about in person? Alright.
No.
So,
from what's on the screen, the toes and everything would be to the right side, not to the left.
right here.
No.
These are the toes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 toes. Right there.
Now, is that print in the same ground that the cast is on? Or what?
That I'm not sure.
Where was that print made? Okay.
That was made on her property. I'm not too sure of exactly where at on her property.
Now, do they think that was a Bigfoot?
What the hell does it look like to you?
I don't know, man. That could have been one of the fucking things that Vault was shooting at.
Nah, the thing that Vault was shooting at has a totally different print, man. What? All right. So now, the best way I can describe this, like how people cast a print, they put the plaster on the ground or whatever, right? So you'd be flipping it over if you're taking that picture. It kind of looks like it could be a left foot, but it's a right foot because you have the big toe like take the print, flip the print around, flip the print over, and put her foot in the middle of the print. It's her right foot.
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
No, it's not what. It's not what Vault was shooting at, because the thing that he was shooting at, he caught a print of that shit out there in Z-Wiki Woods after he caught the thing yelling at him.
Let's see.
That looks like a.
Is that the one with all the automatics and gunfire and stuff?
Mm-hmm. That looks like a huge, humanish print. The other one that Vault talks about, it kind of looks like that, but not as long. Cut it down maybe 4 or 5 inches and add claws to the bottom of it, like to the tip where the toes are.
Hey, so Red, I watched that video. I don't know, like, there are some that look like giant gorillas, right?
Mm-hmm.
What do you want? You want to have a staring contest? Is that what you want to do? Because you'll lose. Get out. Goodbye. Go turn your Xbox off. Bye-bye. He's acting a little weird. He just started soccer today, and he likes it way more than football. Because he's only practicing 2 days a week. What kind of shit is that? Come on, man. How are you supposed to learn anything 2 days a week? Oh, whatever. But yeah, Red, I don't know.
They used to do like 2 days when I was in high school.
Yeah, dude, when I would,
you had to practice in the morning and a practice in the afternoon.
And when I was his football coach, he hated me. Oh, these kids ran. Their cardio was good when I got done with them.
Coach O'Neill
might not win a game.
Coach O'Neill instilled that in you.
We might not win a game, but we're going to be the best conditioned team on the field.
Like I said, Coach O'Neill installed that in you.
Oh yeah. Up down, 100-yard up down and shit like that. But that's besides the point. But yeah, guys, you know how it goes on this channel. We'll start off on a topic and then we'll branch off. It happens. We'll eventually get back on topics at some point. But
dude,
hold on.
How big is that foot, man? Oh
no, yeah, I want to see the picture of this thing
now.
Sticking its hand through.
I don't have it. You're gonna have to go back and like watch Volt's show from last night. But there's a photo. Like I thought it was like, you know how like some people, they have like a concrete slab in front of like their kitchen window, then their house goes on like a right angle, like 90 degrees, and it goes to like the front of the building. I thought it was something standing out in front of the house, basically like leaning through the window. It was like, nope, that's not it. That's something reaching in the window, because then I brought it up on the screen. I'm like, holy shit, dude, you can see the stove, you can see a box of cereal on the counter. Like, this shit was huge. Wait. I don't know, man. That right there, that and on top of that, dude, we're gonna have to get Jeremy and Jasper over here so he could like talk about that shit. But I I don't know if it was a Dogman that attacked the woman, but something attacked her and she ended up in the hospital.
You know, since we're talking about different topics and shit here, the other night, me and Red were messaging back and forth about like Dogman in regards to the like LBL and to like that, and the possibility that these things might be guarding something out there.
Mm-hmm.
I think they we got into it. I think they possibly might be guarding a portal of some kind. I mean, it's only a theory.
In that area,
right?
they have that lab out there, so
Yeah, Oak Ridge, the Oak Ridge
yeah.
particle accelerator.
Yeah, and if I'm not mistaken, there was one female scientist that came out and said, "Yeah, we're trying to open up portals and shit like that," and she went silent very quick.
Yeah,
she shut up ASAP.
She also said that they were working on trying to find mirror particles.
Mm-hmm.
So meaning like mirror universes. So, and then the guy Tony Merkel from the Congressionals, another great podcast. He's constantly been talking about how he's been talking to this dude who says he's a sniper out there at Oak Ridge, and he snipes shit that comes out of these portals.
Oak Ridge, Tennessee.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they have a particle accelerator down there. It's not as big as CERN. It's like definitely a smaller scale. I can only imagine like they're working on some shit like that movie The Mist that came out, that Stephen King thing. Everything's gonna go haywire and the town ends up getting killed off.
Which that was actually a very good movie.
Well, I don't think they're. I think they might be like. I don't know.
I got you.
They're not. What?
No, I got it.
Got what? Please send Mr. Keeper, I think. Indeed. Did you send it, Bass?
I'm just give me a damn second. It only happened like 10 seconds ago.
Oh,
hold on.
Let's see, you talk about I'm slow. Get on your shit, boy.
Yeah,
alright. See, you're too slow. I already got it done.
Oh. Boom, pop.
See,
right
that's why I call me Duke Nukem, because that trigger finger is fast. Yep, I just sent them out.
What, I missed the bot? What happened?
What are you talking about?
There was a bot.
You said Duke Nukem, man. When Duke Nukem comes out, somebody's getting hit. What I missed?
No, I said
I'm
that's why. Nothing. Never mind. It completely went over your bald head, boy. Don't worry about it.
I'm not bald. I got more hair than you, bro.
Whatever. You just wish you wish your little fake looked as nice as this. You see this gray?
Yeah.
Got that Doctor Strange going right now. All right, vote is coming on in 1 minute. Okay, no problemo. The lady asked for the picture of the front not to be shared. Of the foot not to be shared.
Nah, I don't think it was a picture of the foot. It was something else.
You got me wondering now. I may do some private research on the LBL. There's a lot of weird shit down there in the LBL. I think it's possible.
Dude, we were down there at the conference and we didn't have to go far, and somebody seen some weird shit coming out of the woods.
Dude, it's fucking 100 feet away from the hotel.
I mean, like, if you walked out of Vault and Chris's room and looked straight,
Julie
that's
said
where it was.
Julie said she went to the LBL during the conference, and she said the vibe out there was creepy. I believe it.
Well, I don't know, man. Them back roads that they freaking had us traveling on with in Kentucky, Kentucky Interstate or whatever, that was jammed up with the accidents or whatever. We end up on that back road that was like, oh, this is gonna cut 40 minutes off your time, but it added 40 minutes to it.
Yeah.
But that shit took us through some backwoods area. And you still haven't sent me that video yet.
What video are you talking about? Well, you don't have to ask that, dude. You got a link. Come on in.
The video I was taking for about a minute and a half. We were driving where there was nothing but woods and cornfields on either side.
I uploaded that onto my laptop. I gotta send that out too. But I did take it off the camera.
Okay.
Yeah, I have to send it. I'll send it to you tomorrow.
And just driving through that area, I understand how so many people see shit running in front of their cars. Because those roads are...
It's just dark. There's no street lights. There's no nothing out there.
Yeah. Maybe 10, 12 feet wide.
What's up?
What's up? What you got playing in the background, man?
I'm trying to figure that out now. I don't know what the hell I did.
Hey, Vault, what's going on, man?
Nothing much. What's going on, Sean? I'm trying to figure out what the hell I got playing. Where the hell is that coming from? It ain't on my end. Hold on a second.
Roth, yes, do it.
What the fuck?
I'm still trying to figure out that whole shit from last week. Grabbed me by the foot and tried to yank me off my bed thing, but yes, do it.
Sorry about that.
And I appreciate everything you do, Roth.
You damn right, Julia. I made them kids run. You know what? After the first practice one, like a couple of years ago, parents walked up to me like the next day. They was like, "Yo, you know you ran them ragged?" I was like, "What do you mean?" He's like, "Yo, such and such fell asleep standing up in the shower." I'm like,
Hey, I like the music you got, boy.
"Thanks, sir." It's stolen off of YouTube free shit.
Well, I just had Blues at G&A sent me a new something new. Hold on a second, and I'm gonna send it over to you. Here we go, right there. Nope, there you go. Copy.
So we got now.
The hell? Hey, I'm gonna send you this. Play this and check it out.
Alright, if you want a true mercenary, what would you put?
I just emailed it to you.
Alright, let's say here.
Alright.
Refresh.
Alright.
Oh yeah,
So,
I got my sent shit open.
Alright, so Vault, Truth missed that stream last night. Could you explain how big that arm was that was reaching through that window?
Well, there's a stuff. You got the picture? Y'all ain't got the pictures. Hold on.
I don't have the picture of that. I got the picture of the foot. We just showed it a little while ago. Because I know there was stuff that Jamie said she didn't want to see. So.
All right, hold on. Let me go to my email and I can pull it up. The arm, it is almost as big around as your waist.
It's probably about a 5.5 foot arm. So you think One Eye Willie is big? This shit is huge.
Yeah, no, this dude is. He's probably Willie's ass. Let me figure out where it is. I got a couple of them to show you since he wasn't there. It's gonna freak him out. Up there it is.
I got like
Catching up on my beauty sleep. It takes. I need at least an hour for this beauty. You know what I mean?
Okay.
What the fuck am I sitting there? Where's the shirt? It's down here missing.
Alright. Now that I got them from there,
Alright. So
I'm going to email them to you. That way you can put them up.
I'm not gonna get in trouble or shoot for shit
No.
she don't want shared, right?
No. No.
well, like last night, I'm pretty sure the stuff that she didn't want shared, Jeremy didn't send it. So
Yeah, because he accidentally sent me a couple of things, and I didn't know.
like, we already showed the print that had her foot next to it.
Yeah,
I was talking about that arm reaching through the window, which I thought was the opposite direction. I thought that something was like leaning into the window the opposite way.
no, it's reaching in from the outside in.
Yeah.
Hold on one second.
I don't. Keith, are you talking about underneath Oak Ridge? I'm pretty sure there's an underground base beneath there. There has to be. You'd be surprised where some of these bases are located.
I've got one about 10 miles from me. There's been a lot of military helicopter traffic from that place lately.
I'm pretty sure there's one in our it's not too far from where me and Bass are, because we constantly see military helicopters flying over, and there's no military base within us for 45 minutes to an hour worth of a drive. And there's no direction they'd fly, and there's no really any place for them to go that way.
Do I got an echo, y'all?
A scotch.
Yeah.
What about now?
Yeah.
It just sounds like you're in a big room, that's all.
Yeah.
Well, I'm trying to figure out why. Hold on. What about now? Does
Nope.
that sound better?
I wonder if there is a lot of, like, in these portal areas, if there's a lot of Dogman activity in correlation to it.
I don't know if you can check your email.
Let me see. Alright, get off of this. Get the fuck out of here. What?
There you go.
No.
It's reaching it. If you look behind if you look behind it, that big square thing that's right there behind it, that's the stove. Right beside it's the refrigerator.
No fucking way. Hold on.
Yep.
What's the next one? Hold on.
That is a deer. And if you look, the deer's head's been twisted around 3 or 4 times. It's been twisted around enough that it's done started ripping the skin. You can show them. I showed them last night.
Oh, let me download it. Let me download it real quick.
Show them what you built to.
No.
I just forgot him, man.
I tried to call
I got
you
a new number.
I
I sent you
it
my
won't
new
let-
number.
Yeah, it won't let it go through for some reason. I don't know.
Okay.
Get in the actual fuck out of here. That's
By the way, y'all. Yeah, that's real.
no.
Hey,
No.
I got another. Let me go dig out, and there's another one. That thing is sitting outside of her house, by the corner of her house. And until I showed them something, they didn't realize how big it was. It's sitting beside her house, and there's steps right. Oh, hold on. Yeah, I want to send that one to you too.
Like what? What?
It's sitting beside her house and sitting off in the distance, just a little bit, where there's 5 concrete steps leading down, and then there's a window that's above the bottom of where the steps are. And anybody that knows anything about houses or radiators, go outside and count the steps up by your house, and you'll see that thing. That thing is from the ground to the bottom of that window. I think it's 8 foot. It's sitting on its ass, and its head's at 8 foot.
All right. So this is the deer.
That's the deer's neck that's twisted like 7 times around.
Yep.
You can see it spin. Yeah. Boom. See the creases like right here, and its neck.
I got a better one for you. How hard is it to bend and twist a moose's leg?
So that's all right. So this next one got people. What in actual fuck? You ready?
Go ahead.
All right. What does Sam
I'm
Jackson
saying-
say in Jurassic Park? Hold on to your butts. What the fuck?
I got one. Like I said, I got one.
What is that?
I got one to go along with that one. I just emailed you a couple more.
See,
All right.
now
That's a stove behind it, and that's the refrigerator beside the stove. That's a table. That's a table in the foreground. A table and a couple of chairs. A glass top table and a couple of chairs. And if you zoom in on that window, you can see its head and stuff is right there. It's reaching in.
See, when I initially seen this photo, I thought it was something leaning into the window. Like maybe that could be somebody's like back porch. You know, they got those right angles and shit like that.
That's in the kitchen.
Then you guys broke it down, and I looked at it. I'm like, dude,
So-
that's something reaching in
That's
the
a kitchen?
window.
That's a kitchen. All right, in the foreground of the picture, that is a glass top table and a couple of chairs. And then she said there was a large bag on the floor right there. That's garbage she had right there. It's reaching in trying to grab the bags of garbage. Behind the arm is her stove, and right beside it is the refrigerator, which is in our place here. You got the refrigerator right next to the stove.
Wow.
Now I sent you 2 more. Yeah, that arm is huge. I sent him 2 more photos. One of them is this thing sitting out by her house. Like I said, it's sitting on the ground. And in the photo, you can see there's, I think it's 5 concrete steps down. So that's what, Sean, probably 4.5 feet with 5 steps. They're about 8 inches apiece. And then you got a wall. You got the bottom of the wall, like the bottom of the seal of your house, and then you got the window that goes up. So that's probably, I'm going to say that's another 4 foot. I'm just being, that on the low side. So 4 foot from the bottom of that window to the edge of the house, then you got another 4 foot down to the ground because of the 5 stairs. That's 8 foot. There's something sitting in the picture just right down from it. Probably, I'm going to say 10 feet from the house. It's sitting on its ass. You can see it looks like a giant gorilla. And its head is at the bottom of that window while it's sitting on its ass. So that means when it stands up, it's roughly 16 foot tall.
Now this is in California?
That's in California.
Dang, man.
I want to tell you all, thank y'all for all the prayers and everything y'all been sending to Lakeia. She's been out most of the night.
So she's still in ICU, or what's going on with her?
Oh yeah, hold on a second. She is, yeah, they're getting her ready to transfer her to another hospital. They took her right leg off above the knee, it's 2 weeks ago now, but she's still clotting to the point where clots are showing up now in her pelvis, and now they're sending her to another hospital because they're not equipped to do the surgery that they need to. They're fixing to do a deep articulation removal of her whole right leg, the whole hip joint, everything. There won't be nothing left. And then they're going to go to her left leg and cut it off above the knee. And they put her on a 30-day mortality, which means you know yourself, Sean, what that means.
Oh yeah. Dang.
I know her surgeon and her doctor told me if she lasts the next 30 days, it's going to be a miracle. But in this picture, you can see that big black thing sitting right beside that tree. Like I said, there's 5 stairs, concrete stairs. Then you got the bottom of the house, and then the window. If you look, that thing's head is almost level with the bottom of that window, and it's actually sitting probably 10 feet away. So I'm saying
that's its face. This is its face right here. You can see its face.
Yeah, it's sitting on the ground beside that tree. She said that's where it sits. This is from a Ring doorbell camera. She says it just sits right there. It'll walk up there and just sit down, like it just lean up against that tree. But just think, if that's 8 foot tall right there at the bottom of that window, its head's right there. So when it stands up, it's going to be twice that tall. So you're talking about at least 16 foot tall. So that matches the fucking arm that's coming through the window.
Well, you think that a pair of them would be around unless it's one of those lone wolf ones.
That she's seen 6 of them there.
6 of them. Holy cow.
Yeah, all different sizes.
Is it weird that looking at this picture of his arm is making my stomach hurt?
Now, is that the window is the window that's pictured with the window?
Yeah, that's the one. That's the window that you can see that leads up to those. So you see how high it is off the ground, and it's still able to reach in. It looks like it's higher than the window. So it's just reaching its arm in and reaching down. It's not having to reach up and over. It's reaching down. So that means it's taller than the window.
See, Kat just said the same thing. Like, I'm getting kind of sick to my stomach looking at that shit. Like,
well
that shit's not right.
Remember, me and Sean proved that One Eye Willie is 14 foot tall. So this thing is at least 2 foot taller to 3 foot taller than One Eye Willie. I told y'all One Eye Willie's arms are bigger than my head. He is fucking huge. And everybody's like, you get a clear picture? Yeah. But I was just trying to make sure he didn't use me for a toothpick.
That's not right, dude.
Well,
if you didn't have the context of that's an arm or that's a furry, whatever the heck it is, it sort of looks like a skinny ass human sticking their head from inside the house outside.
See that I had trouble with it at first, like you're talking about. Then he sent me the other photo of this thing sitting outside. And I'm like, wait a minute. And I started looking at the photo, and the first thing I noticed is that house is not on the ground. It's got 5 steps that lead from the bottom of the house to the ground. And knowing carpentry and stuff, like I said, you're talking about an 8-inch step. So you do 8 times 5. That's what?
40.
Oh, you can see the outline of the head of that dude, or that thing, right there at the
Yeah.
top of the window. You can see the outline.
Yeah. So 40 inches. So 40 inches is what? 4 foot? Right at 4 foot?
40 inches. No, that's a little bit above 3.5.
All right.
Yeah.
48 inches is 4 feet. 12 inches in a foot.
Well, I know usually five
So-
stairs equal 4 foot. If you're measuring out, if you look up the dimensions of how tall 5 stairs are, it's so close to 4 foot. That's why I said 4 foot. And then from the bottom of that wall right there to the bottom of that window, there's at least another 4 foot. So 4 foot plus 4 foot is 8 foot. At least it was when I was going to school. And the new math they got now equals like, I don't know what the hell it equals. 6,
Like, yo,
16.
The shit is almost cartoonish. How freakishly big this thing is. Look at the size of the bicep and tricep that leads down to what I can only explain as a damn
elbow and a
forearm.
forearm.
That's as big as a forearm that's as big as I am. Or as thick as I am. What? And she's just okay with this, like, at her property and, like, not freaking the hell out?
Oh no, she's been freaking out. This thing's done put her in the hospital twice.
Doing what? What did it do?
One of
It
them
attacked her. I told you that.
it attacked her two different times. You know how Crow Creek got slapped in the back? It looked like that thing was trying to do that to her, but it left skid marks and skid marks. There's a picture of her in ICU from getting attacked, and she don't really want to talk about what happened in that. I haven't talked to the lady. I've talked to Jeremy, which has talked to the lady. And I'm waiting. I don't want to put too much pressure on her to call her to get. But think about that deer he showed you a while ago. Think about how strong you would have to be to wrench that thing's head around at least 3 times. I think it's the 4th time to where it starts tearing the skin because the skin can't stretch anymore. It just spins its head around like a dish rag.
Oh, and that's not even a moose / elk or wherever the hell that was bent up in the tree.
I sent that to him too.
Yep, there you go.
Now that's a moose. That's what's left of a moose, and something has took that moose's leg and wrapped it around one tree and stuck it in between the other trees. You know how thick a damn moose's leg is. A moose's leg is as thick as yours.
Yeah.
Well, you see what something strong enough something did. That ain't no man fixing to do that. There's the body of the moose laying right there. What's left of it? I think she told Jeremy they had to cut that leg twice to get it out, to get it off and out of
So
the tree.
it's almost like they maybe killed it and then wrapped that damn leg around there to make sure it wouldn't disappear.
I don't know.
Maybe like save it, like keep it there for later.
Well, they got bears up there. It was probably done like that to keep the carcass there. That way the bears couldn't take the whole carcass off. I don't know.
So why did explain to me why did they 6 of them, if there's 6 of them around there, why did they attack her?
I think one of them attacked her. I think one of them, because she's bad about walking out and trying to take pictures. All right, there's a photo with her. I don't have that. There's a photo with her walking out where that thing's sitting at. She's trying to snap pictures. And then there's a heel right there. According to Jeremy, the last time she was put in the hospital, which was in bad shape, this thing hit her in the back of up towards the back of the neck, that gave her severe whiplash and a concussion and knocked her down a hill.
Wow. Can you toss the picture up with it being outside the door, the staircase again?
Yep.
That's a huge ass damn creature. You can almost make out the face right there.
Yeah. I'm seeing nostril right here.
And like I said, this took with
Ridge.
a Ring door cam. It ain't meant for taking long distance camera, long distance.
You can kind of see the arm and arm right here bent. Its other arm is right here, like drooped over. What the fuck? No, sorry, I'm having a hard time processing how big that arm is, dude.
I told you. I told you.
Like, how can you feel safe
Well, this is the
there
thing.
at your table, knowing that this shit's gonna knowing that you got a 5 foot long arm that's built
Well,
like Arnold
And
Schwarzenegger?
that's what will absolutely rip the side of your wall off.
It ain't got to reach through. It can reach through the wall if it wants to. It can just.
Well, it's being kind. It's being kind
Yeah.
that it's reaching for a freaking open window.
Exactly. I think it just did that because it was easy access. Because it didn't have to reach through the window. It could have went however it wanted to.
All right.
She could have head butted the side of the wall, put his head
rip the
through.
side of a house off. It's as big as as big as that damn arm is. It could rip the side of a house off of there.
Like I said,
And this is in California. Well, they are known to get really big out there.
yeah.
Now in California, do they have the ones that look gorilla-esque? That
Yeah.
look like giant gorillas?
Yeah, they got the patty ones and stuff like that out there. They got all different kinds out there.
Because in this picture, what I'm seeing, that looks like a giant gorilla.
You're seeing what I see.
Yeah, like
Yep.
see what I'm saying? It
Sort of looks like a giant gorilla too.
Looks like a giant gorilla in the face. What? And there's
Is it
apparently
sitting in like a flower patch or what?
It's
What's
just
it sitting?
It's just sitting right there beside the it's
Beside
just
the
sitting
house?
right there beside the house.
Now,
well,
do you?
didn't Jeremy say that this is the lady that still has something pending in the court with California
that's-
to prove
All
these?
right, you know all right. Everybody's probably heard in the Big Cookie, the lady that in California that is suing the state of California to prove these things or to make them say they exist. This is the lady. She is suing the state of California.
To what end? Why? Why is she
So
in
they pay
California?
her some shut up money, basically.
Yeah. I said I can't answer that question, but I don't know. That's out of my realm. I don't know why she would want to or feel like she needs to. So
What?
Dude, she got damn monsters outside her house, reaching in, looking for a bag of hot garbage. Like that shit is crazy.
I do honestly. I could not. I would not feel safe at all at any second of the day, knowing something like that was fucking hanging out, sitting next to my house.
And that's just Bigfoot. She has Dogman in the area too.
yeah, I don't have those pictures, so.
And she's got fucking Dogman in the area,
Yeah.
which I'm pretty. What?
Well, that's what.
How big are
Jeremy
the
was
god?
saying
If
last
this
night.
thing's that big, how big are the goddamn Dogmen?
I don't know. I didn't have a size comparison.
No.
No,
Wouldn't be
only
able to tell you
because I'm
that,
saying
but-
like because this thing is so massive, right? I would think that these Dogman creatures wouldn't want
That's
to
the
mess
alpha.
with this thing. Like, you know what I mean? So
I
these
don't know,
things
man.
have to be at least almost the same size as this thing.
I know, man. You can get like whatever the hell that is. That's probably 12 feet or better. If there is a Dogman in the area, those Dogmen are well, I don't know. They might be like 6.5, 7.5 feet tall. So they might not want any parts of that.
What? To be honest with you, I don't want no part of that. Like I said, that.
I'm going back to the arm.
Dude, this shit, dude,
So what? How
last
long
night
has
when
these things been there? How long has these things been there?
I don't have those answers, Sean. I don't know. Like I said, I know this lady. I tell you what, this lady's believable enough that she's had Josh Gates, Gimblem, and several other, big time known people come to investigate her property.
Mm-hmm.
Because he had photos with this lady and Josh Gates and all them there at her property. So I don't believe them people would have showed up for no bullshit, do you?
Probably not. When you get those kinds of folks involved, there's a lot of corporate interest in that.
So, do we know the background of this picture? Like, was she like coming around the fucking corner and saw this arm in her window?
I don't know. I can't answer. Like I said, I haven't talked to her personally. So
Well, she could have had, like my house. I've got cameras all over the freaking place. So if something stuck their arm through a window, I probably got a video of it. So she may have had something, motion detect that walking or pushing through that window. Who knows?
Like I said, it's one of those things I don't know. There's a whole bunch of questions I want to ask her when I get to talk to her. Like I said, my thing is I haven't got to talk to her yet. So as soon as I do, y'all are.
I'm telling you, when I seen that photo last night when you showed that shit, initially I thought it was like maybe somebody's like backyard, like that's maybe a porch and it's somebody leaning in to the house, like, oh, you got a pie or something right there. But then you brought up the shadow that's in the window. I'm like, holy shit.
So
I'm not gonna lie, after I realized that, it freaked me out last night. I'm like, dude, what the hell am I looking at? Then you show the print.
As big as this arm is, it does make the stories of these things popping people's heads off like grapes more believable. Because from the looks of it, if this thing got your head in its hand, it would probably be like holding. Yeah, it'd probably be like you holding a fucking tomato in your hand. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And the amount of grip, the pounds of pressure that thing's hand must have. Because look how fucking massive the forearm is, dude.
It's huge.
What? And it's just this is casually sticking his big ass arm in this lady's house, looking for garbage. What the fuck?
My question is, what the hell was in her garbage that he's looking for? She throwing ribeyes away.
Probably not grapes. Grapes.
She throwing ribeyes and whole chickens and turkeys and shit away.
Dude, like,
that's just crazy. Like that's crazy.
Well, like I said, y'all see what I say, so.
Yeah, the parts of the bottom of the giant's room to Earth were right there's one.
I like that. I said, he called me to ask me about it, and I was like, what you want me to tell her to do? I'd tell her to move.
I tell you what, my first reaction, I would have grabbed my aluminum bat and I would have started beating up and down that damn arm.
And then it would have ripped it would have ripped the house apart and fucking ate you.
Dude, have you seen that one video where the dude was reaching into the dude's mail slot and he cracked this shit with a bat?
Yeah.
I would have beat the shit out of that.
I don't know. Man, that'd be like taking a toothpick to your arm, man.
That's what I told him. I wouldn't even want to be around to watch that because
aluminum bat? Shit, I don't know, man.
I'm telling you, dude, these aluminum bat, he can grab it with his fingers and go crinkle, 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 like you do a French fry.
Well, I tell you what, it would have went down like this. Obviously, that's on the other side of the house from the front door. So I would have cracked his ass with that bat, and while he's pulling his arm out, grabbing it, yanking, screaming, 3 feet right to the car, cranked that bitch up, and been out. And I would have never came back.
Then you got to worry about if he's got his big ass homeboy sitting out front.
Yeah.
Or if he just wants to, make a new doorway right there where the arms were back, man. Jeez.
Well, he might have got me, but I would have got him too. I put it to you like that.
Got it.
It'd been like a fish flopping and slapping you if you would remembered it just for a few minutes.
Oh, yeah, that few minutes is all I need. Get me to the car and crank that bitch up.
Just think, he can grab your car while you're in it, pick it up, and swing it.
With one damn hand. He ain't got to put 2 hands on it.
Yeah.
Probably flip that bitch right over on its roof with one hand.
I said,
Oh, he'd have felt it. Fuck it. He'd have felt it. I don't care. He'd have felt something. Like that.
All right, you see,
close. He might have got a couple of knives in the hand. He might have got.
See, Bash, you talking bullshit. Because I know for a fact, if you came around the corner and saw something like that sticking its hand in your window, you would flip the fuck out and run. Because I would.
Nah, man. See, you, we might be twin brothers, but you don't know me like you think you do. I'd have grabbed something. I'd at least.
This is what would have happened. He'd have been going out the front door hollering back. True. You got to get over here and see this shit. That's what would have happened. You got to get over here to see this shit.
Nope.
Not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna put it out there. I might have pissed my pants. But after the initial shock, I would have hit him with something just to give me enough time to get away. Whether it be fucking 30 seconds or a minute. That's all you need.
Now, does this lady have family like that? Is she the only one in the house? Does she have family?
I think her husband's there. Like I said, that I don't know. Like I said, I haven't got to talk to this lady yet. So there's a lot of questions I can't answer, but I just don't know. As soon as I'm going to try to get her to come on to a show and let her tell her story. Just shut up and let her talk.
Wow.
You know what? When Jeremy was talking about this last night, the initial thing that came to my mind was the incident that Wes Germer talked about on his show, where he had that insider that was attacked up there in Alaska, and they had to take the shit down where she was attacked and basically almost beat to a pulp, like she got hit by a Mack truck.
Like I said, y'all see what I see, so I said, that's what all I can tell you. Is y'all see what I see.
What the fuck? That's just crazy to me. All right, yeah, I'll be right back. Oh shit.
That, you know what that seeing that arm reminds me of the Mountain Monsters episode of The Grassman. How they were where the lady caught the shit on camera and like it walked by the window and how big it was.
Well, like I said, I don't know what to tell you. Like I said, I'm glad that I did one eye Willie didn't ever reach in my damn window. I can tell you that now.
You're 30
Well, you
up.
had landmines around your place, didn't you?
Yeah, that's why. Because I was worried about some shit like that. Everybody's like, "Oh, you're being paranoid." Okay, you let that bastard come to your house and do this shit. I said, I was just trying to protect myself. Everybody's like, "Oh, you're paranoid." Okay.
See, my question is, what part of California did they say it was in? Because initially, when I seen the snow with the moose leg or whatever
that's the thing.
that was
We don't
wrapped
know
around the
what.
tree, I thought it was in Northern California. But
We
then
don't
Dave
know.
sent me a message saying that no, you could get snow down in Southern California if you get up into those mountain regions. And I was
Well,
like,
I said,
Yeah, but moose are up in Canada, I thought, or near Canada.
well, they're going to. They are. Like I said, there's some stuff in there that can give you a general idea. But she's up past the redwoods. I can tell you that. She's up close to the very top part of the state. I do believe.
all right, so Northern California. Okay, that makes okay.
That's my interpretation.
Well, well, if she's in Northern California, that's the corridor where people report seeing those huge ass Sasquatch, 12, 15 feet tall.
Well, I don't know what the hell that thing is. I don't know why it was doing what it's doing, but I'm glad I didn't have to deal with it.
You might not have enough firepower to deal with that.
Oh, I can deal with it. It ain't gonna like it. Neither are the neighbors, but I can deal with it. I can bet you that.
Dude, that shit is so massive.
I got enough shit to go boom.
Oh, that shit is so massive. Like it's like I'm re-looking at these photos right now, and I'm like,
It's like
I couldn't even call it Jurassic Park that she has around her. She's got vault keeper shit around her area.
Well, you know that she told Jeremy that me and him have complete access to come up there to her property. So
you going to drive or fly?
right now I can't go nowhere until I get finished with the stuff that's going on with the kid. There ain't no way I can go nowhere.
I come out there with you, but I'm flying. That's fucking completely across the United States. Like,
I've already been out there and run around in the woods. I really, I really don't need to.
that's just massive, man.
It's huge. That's
Yeah, but you can't. California's got the weirdest freaking gun laws outside of Illinois. Gee whiz.
oh, I know.
I don't know, man. I'm classifying New York with that shit also.
Oh yeah, I forgot. You can have a permit to have a gun, but you shoot somebody that's breaking in New York, you get arrested. That's messed up.
Yeah, and you'll get charged with it. This shit is so backwards. I can't wait to leave New York.
Well, I say y'all need to get out of this as soon as possible.
Yeah. Dude, trust me, when I get the chance, I gotta make a little bit more money, but I'm on the first thing smoking out of here, bro. Easy. Shit, somebody just sent me a text message. Oh, Mr. David Wilcox. All right, Dave, I'll see you. If you can get that info, let us know.
What do you say?
Jeremy told me the other night is live. The name of the lake. That's what I was going by. Claudia didn't say different. I'll ask her. Dave has the woman on TikTok, so he's gonna shoot her a couple of messages to see if she answers.
I got her number, but the thing is, I hadn't had him tell me from her that it's okay for me to call her. And I don't want to be calling somebody that don't want me calling them.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a good way to get shunned right out of the gate.
Is her name Claudia?
Yep.
Is her name Claudia? Okay,
Yeah.
I got her as a friend on TikTok as well.
I said, that's the thing. I don't want to get shut down right out of the gate with nothing. So I was leaving it alone until he told me otherwise.
Dude, that
It's huge.
that holy shit.
I wanted to let everybody know too. The tomorrow ain't today Thursday. Was today Friday?
Today's Thursday.
Today's Thursday.
No, Friday now. It's Friday as of right now. I'm in Eastern time,
Yep.
so
Friday,
midnight now.
September 2nd.
All right.
today is the anniversary of my brother's death.
I'm sorry to hear that. Y'all tonight at 12 o'clock. This time tomorrow night for me, which is 12:10, the Dogman raffle buying tickets will be over. So if you want to get some tickets from now till tomorrow night at this time will be the time to get them. And remember, if you get 10 tickets, Flat Rock has donated his 5 to give to you. So instead of getting 10, you get 15. He said the stipulation for that was you had to buy all 10 at the same time. Now that ain't me, that's him. So if you're mad about that, you take it up with him.
Hey, Matt Battlewolf, I know exactly what you're talking about. That arm sticking in the window reminds you of a movie. There's a movie that my dad loves called Abominable. And
where he yanked the fucking girl out the bathroom.
I'm gonna play that one night over on the new tier that we got called Nightmare Cinema. It's a $9.99 tier, and right now I got YouTube to do a 20% off on all the tiers. But if you want to watch the movies with us, you got to join the Nightmare Nation Cinema tier. It's the one for $9.99. And we're doing Dogman Soldiers tomorrow night. Dogman Soldiers and American Werewolf in Paris or London, whatever the hell it is.
but yeah,
American Werewolf in London.
Yeah, that's
That
it.
movie.
We're playing both of those tomorrow night.
that movie Abominable. In one of those scenes, one of the chicks is taking a shower, and this thing's fucking standing outside of the house, and
Yeah,
it
snatches
legit
her through it.
it reaches through the fucking window, grabs her by her waist with its hand, and starts yanking her through the window.
Oh shit! He just folds her. Folds in half.
Folds in half and comes through. Now, Walt, does that remind you of anything?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
The little missing persons case a couple of years ago.
Oh yeah. Reminds me of a lot. Reminds me of don't stand in front of the window and be playing around.
Yep, Nightwolf just said it. Walt told the story of people being ripped out the house. Yep.
Well, it happens. That's all I can tell you is it happens.
It probably happens more than a little bit too. You just don't hear about that type of shit.
Yeah, they ain't gonna let they get out.
Like the recent story of the lady being attacked and mauled by her Great Danes.
Horse shit. I met a few Great Danes, and those are good, great dogs, man. I said the shit to Sean because Sean sent me something about somebody else being attacked. I was like, "Yo, did you hear anything about the lady? I think it was out in like Iowa or some shit like that. Like the lady getting attacked and mauled and killed by her 5 Great Danes. Great Danes don't do that.
Right. They're the biggest babies on the planet, just about.
Yeah.
And they're a big ass dog. They're not as big as a Mastiff, but they're still. Picture, what is it? A Greyhound to like the 10th power. Yeah, the only reason
Blues and G Music said, as much as a Great Dane slobber, she could have drowned.
Nah, I got you. Nah, they said she was. Hold on, man. Like her dogs ate her, and I was like, "That's horse shit." As soon as I seen it, I don't know where the hell I seen it at. As of now,
Chica, Sedona, Arizona has a lot of weird shit out there. Yes, including cryptids.
Anything in the Four Corners area is crazy. Mexico, Arizona, Colorado, Utah, that whole Four Corners area is ripe with just high strangeness.
Well, depends on where you go. Depends on where you go.
I heard a lot more activity over in Wattsburg, Kentucky here lately since the flooding stuff for Bigfoot.
What kind of activity? Like paranormal, cryptids?
Cryptid, Bigfoot. Been following a dude out there. They got a YouTube channel called Hillbillies, and he's had a whole lot of activity out there, and I've heard a lot more activity is happening out there.
They got the Hillbillies where he's out, like he has his wife out there every once in a while with him. I think he brings like his cousin or his friend.
Once in 100-year flood. Come on, brother.
Well, like I said, it's going to get worse before it's going to get worse before it gets better. I can tell you that. It's rained down here. I'm talking. It storms down here every freaking day. It rains more here than it does in fucking Seattle. I swear to God.
Yeah.
I don't know why it rains here so damn much.
Because it's Florida and God's trying to flood you guys out because you're a bunch of fucking weirdos down there.
I'm just visiting.
Every time you hear a weird story, it's Florida man charged with.
So,
Starts with eating bath salt,
No, I gotta tell y'all what happened to me
eating a man's
yesterday.
face.
I think I embarrassed the snot out of Cat, the raccoon. All right, the night before this last weekend, Saturday night, we had to get maintenance up here because for the third time the air conditioning quit blowing cool. I done told them it's got a leak in it. They done this is the third time they done put Freon in it since we've been here. You know, it don't take a rocket scientist to figure out it ain't eating it. It's leaking. But anyway, this guy didn't speak real good. He didn't speak hardly any English. Well, anyway, after he came in, played around with stuff, and he went back out. We didn't know where the hell he went. But anyway, Cat went to open the door to put, we have what they call, they come around and pick your garbage up. But you got to set it out at a certain time. Well, these damn raccoons apparently can tell time. Because she went to open the door up to carry it out. There's a damn raccoon after the size of a beagle. And it's standing up on his back legs going, trying to run into the apartment. She started hollering for me. When I go out there, this little bastard standing over like he wants to down fit. I said, hold on a second. And we have one of those high-powered 22 pellet rifles. And I go in there and get it, break it open, stick a pellet in it. I go back out. I'm fixing to give it a fight. It didn't want. Well, anyway, it goes to running down the stairs, and I go out there because I know where it's going to go to. And I look and see the guy back there working, and I'm on the third floor. I went down to the second floor landing, and I'm hanging out, and I'm hollering at the guy, hey, look, there's a big raccoon headed at you. Watch out. And all you can hear is him, blah, 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 blah. Don't shoot. Don't shoot. Don't shoot. Now, he couldn't speak any fucking English other than don't shoot. Don't shoot. Y'all know that guy went back and turned me in at the office for trying to shoot him while he was working on the air conditioner. They come up there. They come up yesterday evening, both the managers, and said, we need to talk to y'all about the air conditioning incident. Cat goes, hold on a second, we don't get involved. So she hollered for me, I come out there. And the guy's like, were you trying to shoot the air? I said, no. Raccoons. Anyway, I go back, I said, hold on a second, it wasn't even a real gun, it was a pellet rifle. I go get it, bring it back out. He said, you're joking, man. I said, no. I said, you see them little wet tracks you see going down the stairs up there? I said, since it's rained in the last hour, them raccoons have been up here again. He goes, oh shit. I said, they're not little. They can grab a bag of garbage, one of those 13-gallon garbage bags, full, and they can walk up, grab it, and tote it off. I said, if you try to do something, they turn around like they want to fist fight with you. So I was going to shoot the little bastard. He goes, okay. That's no problem. I'll probably would. I said, then he tried to run into the damn apartment. I didn't want no pets here, so I didn't think you wanted a fucking raccoon here either.
You taught them how to track.
Then I told him, I said, look, this is the funny thing. These are two gay guys. City slickers. Am I lying, Cat?
No.
They showed up and anyway, I'm showing them. So they start, once I show them where the footprints are, what to look for, they start tracking the damn coon down the stairs and running. I said, hey, that thing might be downstairs. Could get close on and pick up garbage. You know, they done figured out the timeline. They got no other golf cart left. I said, you sure you don't want to talk about it? He said, no, man, if you see him, just shoot him. Yeah, but the little air conditioning dude went back and told him I was trying to shoot him fixing the air conditioner. But what was funny is he could not speak any English or understand any English. As soon as he seen that gun, don't shoot. He understood it real plain that he spoke good English then. Yeah. Don't shoot. Christina was cracking up. She goes, only U.F.O will get in trouble for trying to shoot the wildlife in a condominium in town in Tampa, Florida. And he controlled their damn wildlife.
Terrorize the AC man.
What?
You terrorize the AC man by accident.
I didn't terrorize
It was an
him.
accident.
First off, why would you send somebody that can't speak any English to people that speak English? She had to give them our apartment 6 times. Finally, she hands me the phone. I said, Uno. I speak enough Spanish to do that. To give him the apartment number. See, he comes back in, dude. He's playing with the damn. I'm trying to tell him what's wrong with it. Because he's in there playing with thermostat and stuff. I said, you don't think I done that? I said, it's out of freon again. It's freezing up. Oh. He started playing with the damn thermostat again.
He saw you at the grocery store and ran.
Oh, yeah. We ran into him yesterday at the grocery store. He takes something from his buggy. I swear to God, in the buggy, the wheels, like I call them, like they were smoking.
All right, guys. Well, I think I'm going to end this one because I got to be to work in a couple of hours and I don't want to be late.
Well, man, it's been fun. Thank y'all for all the prayers.
And
Thank you for having me.
And thank you for showing me the fucking picture that's going to ruin the rest of my night. I appreciate it.
Don't worry. Just think, when that thing, if it falls asleep outside, just think she gets to hear this while it's sleeping.
Like, could you imagine how loud that damn thing must snore if it snores?
That's what I'm talking about. It farts and sounds like a goddamn bullhorn. Just imagine if you sit down for a supper and it sees something it wants off your plate.
Shit.
As big as that arm is, it could just take the damn icebox out of the.
Exactly.
That's gonna take the whole table.
When you order a pizza, you gotta order him 6 and order you 1.
I bet that lady doesn't barbecue.
I got something queued up. If you don't mind, I want to play it for you. This is the new song from GNA. I mean, Blues. I was going to let you.
I got it loaded up on my thing. I'll play it. Hold on.
Okay. This is
What
the
it
new one.
is called Well Acquainted. I'll turn the volume up on it. So pause this one.
This is the third one you sent me.
It's called Well Acquainted. What's the full title of it?
Shit, man, don't ask me. You just had me click off of it.
Hold on. Let me open my email again. It's called Well Acquainted with the Woods.
I think that's it.
All right, here we go. There's the new song by Blues and G Music. Showing the logo.
Well acquainted with the hills, my friend. Country boy to the bitter end. Running these hills since I was young. Learned long ago how to fish and hunt. See, nothing can stop a country man. He knows what to do, how to live off the land. Always willing to lend a helping hand. Nothing gonna stop a country man. In the cold black night when there ain't no moon, or the summer sun beating down at noon. Trust me, friend, you know what to do. Gonna survive, I tell you true. See, nothing can stop a country man. We know what to live on the land. Always ready to lend a helping hand. Nothing gonna stop a country man.
If it's playing, I can't hear it.
Huh?
I can't hear it.
Can the rest of you guys hear it?
I can hear it.
No, I can hear it.
Yeah. You couldn't hear it, Sean?
I can't hear it. Which that doesn't mean anything. The way I've got my Mac redistributed with the sounds. Who knows?
It does. It sounds really good.
That's cool.
Know what to do, how to live off the land. Always ready to lend a helping hand.
Let's see if
Nothing gonna stop a country man. Well acquainted with the hills, my friend. Country boy to the bitter end. Running these hills since I was young. Learned long ago how to fish and hunt. Nothing gonna stop a country man who know what to do, how to live on the land. Always ready to lend a helping hand.
thanks, Blue.
Nothing gonna stop a country man. Nothing gonna stop a country man who know what to do, how to live off the land. Always ready to lend a helping hand. Nothing gonna stop a country man.
Hey, Sean, I just sent you a copy of the song through Messenger.
All right. Appreciate it.
No problem.
This is one of the songs I'm going to be using on my that he wrote, that he did for me. I'm going to be using on the documentary.
Yeah, I definitely like that one. That's great. That's awesome. Yo, G Music. I'm gonna have to enlist you to maybe make me some like background music, man. I love your stuff.
I like it. Like I said, it's
Definitely. I like that song. But thank you guys for joining us this evening. Thank you, Sean Vault, for coming in and chewing the fat with us.
Appreciate it.
You guys are always welcome. Everybody in chat, thank you. And we will catch you on the next one. We're trying to do one maybe for Sunday, but we're trying to work that out. But we will. Vault, are you gonna go live anytime? So you're going live what?
I'm going
Saturday
live.
night?
I'm going live tomorrow night to remind people if they want a chance to for the Dogman raffle. You know, it ends tomorrow night at 12 o'clock. And then Saturday, we're going to put up a live stream between 6:30 and 7 to do the drawing and tell who wins. And then later on, we're going to be playing the movies. And I want to tell everybody thank you. If you want to buy a raffle ticket, you can. They're $20 a piece. You can buy as many of them as you want. Your name goes in the hat that many times, and like I said, we're going to draw them live on there. You can go to my PayPal if you're looking for the PayPal link. Hold on, I can throw it in the chat real quick.
And Sean, what you got upcoming?
Probably Saturday night. I'll be over on Dark Waters channel, and whenever I feel froggy to go live, I've been thinking about going live over on TikTok for the first time. So
I did my first live stream over on Twitter last night. I got recognized
I've been doing lives over there for months.
You talking about the short lives?
No, the live. I stream my entire show over there.
Okay.
For months.
Well,
That's cool.
I got them to recognize me as an alternate news source. So,
Oh, that's cool.
if you want to buy, if you're wanting to buy tickets to the raffle, there's the PayPal link. Make sure when you do the tickets, you put raffle in it. That way, I can keep everything straight.
Yep. Oh, and if you win, you don't want anybody knowing what your real name is. Send
Don't
it
answer in chat.
email.
Yeah, don't answer in chat. Answer me in the email. Because I have to go by, I'm putting the names on the raffle tickets for whoever. If Joe Bob Blue sends $20 for a raffle ticket, that's the name that goes on that damn ticket, because that's the name associated with the PayPal account. That's the easiest way I know to keep them straight. Like I said, thank y'all all for all the prayers, and like I said, all the proceeds to the raffle are going to help the kids. Because you can ask Sean, after an amputation, it's a long recovery and it can get expensive. And with what she's having to do now, we were talking about getting her fitted for at least one prosthetic, probably two, but now there is no way to fit her for without no leg. You can't fit a prosthetic because they're taking her whole hip, everything out on the right side, so she will be wheelchair bound from now on. Like I said, it ain't looking good for her according to the doctors, but I don't listen to doctors. So I have a positive outlook. I don't give a fuck what they say. Last time I looked, none of us had no expiration dates.
Definitely. So we are all praying for Lakia. She needs it.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yep. So we will see you guys tomorrow night over on the Vault of Nightmares for the end of the raffle.
All right, I'm out of here, y'all.
Yep. Take it easy. All right, guys. Take it easy.
I mean,
See you guys.